Hey love, I'm Gina, a fitness, nutrition, and self-love coach, helping high-achieving women heal their relationship with food and their bodies so they can finally feel free, strong, and confident in their own skin. If you've ever felt stuck in the cycle of restriction, binging, and body shame, trust me, you are not alone. On this podcast, we're calling out diet culture BS, building your dream body without the obsession, and getting real about what it actually means to love yourself in a world that constantly tells you not to. I've been there. Anorexia, binge eating, body hate, you name it, I've lived it. And now I help women just like you find food freedom, feel sexy in their skin, and take their damn power back. So get ready, because the Fit Without Obsession podcast starts now. Listen guys, I didn't start loving my body by making it smaller. I actually started loving my body when I changed what I was chasing. There was a time in my life when being skinny felt like literally the only goal, like the only thing that ever freaking mattered. I thought if I could just lose the weight, I'd finally feel worthy, finally feel confident, finally feel like I could breathe again. And maybe I did get smaller, but it never felt safe at the time. And I never felt satisfied, even at my lowest weight. Because the truth, I spent so much of my time trying to shrink my body, and I didn't realize that I was also in the process shrinking my life. I honestly was probably like where you're feeling right now. I was terrified of gaining weight. I felt like every compliment about my body came with pressure to maintain it. Even at my smallest weight, I was so hypercritical, never happy, and always calculating every single little thing that I did. I thought shrinking my body would make me like it more, but really all it did was make me more obsessed with controlling it. And everything really started to change when I stopped asking, how small can I get? And started actually asking myself instead, how strong can I become? And I really want to go into why chasing skinny never leads to freedom. Skinny wasn't the goal at the beginning. It was really control. Control was my goal. Safety was my goal. Validation was my goal. So when you pull back the curtain and understand the deeper motives here, that maybe you don't want to actually be skinny just to be skinny, you just want to feel enough. You probably want to stop feeling judged and compared and rejected. And so you think the answer to that is to lose the weight. And I know for me, I didn't want a thigh gap. I wanted to actually be chosen. I thought that the thigh gap would get me chosen. It wasn't that I physically needed the thigh gap. It was that feeling afterwards. I didn't feel like I needed to wear a smaller size. I really wanted to feel like I finally fit in somewhere. And I thought that if I did get to that size, people would welcome me more. I would have more friends. I would be more included in things. Because this comes from, we're told for so long that skinny equals success. And what actually became when I was trying to get to skinny was, it felt like a full-time obsession. It was constant anxiety. It was a game I never felt like I could win. Maybe at moments skinny might have helped me feel like I got that approval, but it also gave me so much panic. And the smaller that I got, the louder the fears that I had honestly became, the bigger my insecurities came out. Thinness became my identity when I was smaller, and I was really terrified to let that go. And I want you to understand, you've probably gone through missing out on a lot of things. I know for me, I missed out on vacations, I missed out on memories and moments, and I overtrained, I underate, I still felt like I was falling short no matter what. And I always thought that I was the problem and not the expectation itself. The pursuit of thinness really made me feel powerful, but only for a moment. And it really made me feel powerless in the long run. So maybe there was that instant gratification. Maybe it felt good to starve myself in the morning and do the good thing of eating less or overtraining, but it really never actually gave me power in the long run. So the shift that I had that really I think is going to help you, and what I really encourage you to start moving forward with from a mindset perspective, is going from skinny to strong. And I didn't stop automatically chasing skinny because I gave up. I stopped chasing it because I wanted peace more than having that external praise I thought I would get for having that body type. And when I started to shift to getting stronger, I started strength training more. I really began to fuel myself instead of depriving myself. And I really realized that I was tired of being tired. I was tired of spiraling. I was tired of like doing everything right and still feeling like a failure. So strong slowly but surely became the new story for me. And it wasn't even for aesthetics, but really just for like that autonomy and like just feeling in control of my peace and my power. I want you to understand that like through this process, I started lifting weights that I once thought were too much. I used to be so fearful that if I lifted a dumbbell that was more than like 5 pounds, I would get bulky. I would look like a dude. Like I know we've all kind of had that fear. Like I can tell you right now, like I'm lifting like 30, 40 pound dumbbells and I feel the best I've ever felt, right? Like for a long time, that almost felt like a no-no zone. Like I couldn't touch those weights. But I've actually recognized that lifting heavier weights actually makes me feel better. And, now I eat full, satisfying meals and feel good about them. I walk into the gym to build my body up and not to burn any amount of calories. Strong has made me so proud, and skinny made me feel so paranoid all the time. When I started chasing this strong goal, I stopped second guessing every bite because it wasn't about looking like a fitness model. It was about like actually showing up for me. So I think some affirmations that you can even share with yourself as you're trying to make this transition from going from skinny to strong for your goals is I feel to perform, not to punish. You can also say, I train to feel capable, not to earn my dinner. I rest because I'm worthy of recovery, not because I deserve it. So obviously I shared a little bit about my journey to kind of working through strong, but I want you to know what chasing strong looks and feels like so that you can start really incorporating this into your own life. And chasing strong doesn't mean that you stop caring about how you look. It means you stop hating your body in the process. So really, when we have this mindset of chasing skinny, we think, how little can I eat? But when we transition that into chasing strong, we can think to ourselves, how can I fuel for energy and strength? And maybe when you're chasing skinny, maybe even now, if you're still stuck in this, like you're mirror checking after every single meal, but something that you could actually experience when you start training for that strength is hitting a new PR and walking away proud of that. You might be right now training to shrink, but we really want to be training to build and protect your body long term. You might get anxiety right now over rest days, but when we start to chase that strength, resting with intention and trust is an easy thing that you welcome into your life. And I want you to start understanding that your body is not a project to fix. It's actually a partner to support. When I was chasing skinny, I was so scared of food. And when I started chasing the strength, I needed food. I need food now. I want food. I welcome food because I know that it helps me feel my best and show up the best that I can. You can be strong and soft. You can have curves and confidence. You can lift heavy and, wear something girly. Like, you don't have to really pick between one or the other. Like, there can even still be softness, right, in this venture to find strength within your life. Strong doesn't erase your body image struggles, but it does give you something deeper to stand on and ground yourself with. So again, I want you to have some tangible tips as we're moving forward and like making this transition from skinny to strong, and want you to know that the shift isn't going to happen overnight. But it does start with a decision that you're no longer going to punish yourself to feel worthy. So the first thing I want you to start doing to make this change, this transition, is change what you consume. Your social media diet matters just as much as your food diet. So you need to start following women that what you want, like they're living their lives. They're just lifting, they're resting, they're wearing shorts, they're feeling good. Like you need to start following those women, not following the ones that are like showing their 6-pack shredded abs and like showing how little they eat and their what I eat in a day videos. Like, no, we can't build strength on a foundation of comparison. So you really, if you're gonna, again, surround yourself, be online, like consuming these things, you need to consume posts and reels and stories that are going to actually help you feel empowered to feel strong instead of the opposite. And the second thing that I want you to do is set strength goals, not size goals. So instead of chasing a number on the scale, we're going to throw that out the window, throw that to the curb. And we're going to start maybe chasing your first pull-up or your heaviest hip thrust or your best recovery week. And it can be fun. It can be very specific to you. It could be that you might want to hit a certain mileage with runs. Because again, it's like we can still do the things that like we might still be doing right now to maybe be quote unquote skinny. Like I know that running, we think, okay, cardio, burning calories, all the things. I'm not going to say that we should demonize cardio and never do it, but like how can we shift that so that we're like pushing our endurance, like seeing how strong we can last on the treadmill, like how fast can we make that mile? Can we shift that from like just our weight goal or just our body goal? And the third thing I want you to do to make this transition is make peace with rest and food. Fuel is not optional if you want to grow. Point blank, period. And rest is also not lazy. It's actually what builds strength. You literally cannot build your muscles unless you let them recover. They're repairing themselves on your rest day. So if you're not taking that rest day, like when are they going to have time to do that? So even tell yourself, like every time you rest or nourish, you're building a safer home inside your body. The fourth thing I really want you to do too is reclaim your body as yours. Strong is not just a physical thing. It's mental, it's emotional. It's about nervous system safety. And you don't need to move to make your body worthy. You get to move and you should be excited to move because it already is worthy, right? Like no matter what, your body is worthy. I want you to understand, again, I didn't stop chasing skinny because I gave up. I stopped chasing it because I wanted a life and not a specific look. Honestly, strong is walking into the gym and owning your space, not shrinking it. You don't have to wait until you're confident to begin. You build confidence by showing up again and again and again. So when we're having these strength goals, when we're having these goals around things other than what we just look like, it allows us to push through and be excited and feel energized and honestly work better through those days where you might be feeling low motivation. If this resonated with you and you're craving support through this shift, I do this work every single day inside Fit Without a Session with my one-on-one clients. And I want you to know if you're ready for that journey, like I've got you. You're not meant to fight your body. You're meant to feel at home in it. So let's build a home. Let's build that home together to be strong and free. Thank you so much for tuning into the Fit Without Obsession podcast. If this episode helped you heal, grow, or just feel a little less alone, go ahead and hit the follow button so that you never miss a moment of this journey. And if you loved it, share it on your stories and tag me at @thefitbean_. I seriously love seeing what resonates. Sharing this podcast helps more women step out of a session and into their power. And that ripple effect starts with you. And if you're ready for deeper support, check the show notes for ways that we can work together. Just remember, eat the pasta, wear the shorts, and love the hell out of your life. You deserve it always. Talk soon.